Hi everyone, my name is Nikki and I'm a yoga and meditation teacher, and I'm really excited to be sharing this knowledge and information with you. So today I'm talking about mindfulness and meditation. Both the two terms do get used and interchanged quite a lot, so I thought the best way to start was to describe the difference between mindfulness and meditation. So they both go hand in hand. So mindfulness enriches meditation, and a meditation practice nourishes and expands a mindfulness practice. So both hand in hand, both perfectly complement each other. So you can think of, say, mindfulness as paying attention to the present moment. And this includes both inside our bodies and outside. So if we're taking our mindfulness practice to be looking at inside our bodies, that would include noticing what thoughts and what emotions are going on inside, and even just being aware of the sensations that are going on in our bodies at a present time, a present moment. Then if you take something like from meditation on the other hand is about going within, so forgetting about the external world, the objects, the things that are going on, the person who we are, our role in society, and it's about leaving all that behind for a moment and going within. And when we do this, it helps to promote deep rest and soothe the soul so that we can actually feel more joyful, live more connected, and be more at peace. So another way to also describe the meaning of meditation would be to give you the definition. So the definition in Tibetan of meditation is to become familiar with. And what this sort of means, I guess, is to essentially know thyself, to understand, your unconscious thoughts, behaviours and emotions, reactions, knee-jerk reactions, the stuff that goes on that you kind of feel that you can't control, or you don't know how to control. So to become familiar with that is the first step to move through it and maybe change any unwanted, unnecessary thoughts and behaviours that you realise no longer serve you. Then the Sanskrit definition of meditation, so Sanskrit is the ancient Indian language, that is to cultivate. It means to cultivate. And there's quite a really nice sort of little analogy about meditation. And you can think of meditation as like a garden. So you've got your garden and you've got weeds there, and you want to go and pull out those unwanted weeds. So you can think of meditation in a similar way. We want to cultivate our mind by becoming aware of any of those, again, those unwanted thoughts, those worries that don't serve us, to cultivate our mind and pull out and weed out those traits that do not serve us. Why practice mindfulness and meditation? So many reasons, actually. So many reasons. We can start with the physical and also the emotional reasons why we'd practice mindfulness and meditation. So physically, it actually helps to reduce blood pressure. It also increases your immune system, so greater resistance to disease. You can think mindfulness and meditation also helps to improve our self-esteem, build connections, which is a great one, helps you make relationships smoother. It helps you become more tolerant, more accepting, and things just become a little bit easier, I guess you could say. There is also the benefit of, everyone loves this one, so turning back your biological clock. So it's said that if you've been meditating for 5 years or more, then your biological age will be 12 years less of your non-meditating peers. So that's quite a nice reason to start a practice of meditation and mindfulness. Another reason, a really important reason, which is so beneficial for mums to be, or parents to be, or also parents in general, is that it increases our prana level. So prana is your life force or your energy. In Chinese medicine, they call it qi. And when your prana level is high, this is when we experience those emotions that we all love, like joy and compassion and gratitude, and and love, those beautiful emotions, those fulfilling emotions. Whereas when our prana level drops, which it does at times, and that's completely normal, it's going to go up and down, daily, weekly, all the time, depending on what's going on. But when it does drop, our prana level, it means that we experience more of those emotions such as, worry and doubt and fear and anger. So emotions that, don't serve us so well. So therefore, having a practice of mindfulness and meditation helps to increase the prana level, or the life force and the energy, which just means that, it's more likely that you will be experiencing more of those, beautiful, uplifting emotions. And I mean, in increasing the prana levels, it's quite powerful and quite relevant when we're new mothers or we're expecting mums, and we're often operating on less than the normal or relevant amount of sleep. So another great thing about meditation and mindfulness is that it can help reduce our refractory period. So in science, a refractory period is known as the emotional response to a particular event that occurs in our lives, and it's the duration of that response. So it's totally fine to react, and it's going to happen. We're human beings. We are going to, we're going to get angry at times. We're going to get frustrated. We're going to have all those sorts of emotions, but it's how long do we stay in that refractory period, or that period of anger or frustration or guilt or whatever it's going to be. So meditation and mindfulness can help reduce this refractory period. And the reason I'm mentioning it is because what actually happens is when something happens in our lives, we have a chemical response. Say, let's take anger for an example. So something happens, we get angry. The stress response is to create, it pumps, those stress chemicals into our bodies, which really only lasts for 2 minutes. So after that, it's not the chemical response that's keeping us angry, it's what's going on in our minds. So, you are thinking more about that event that made you angry. Then those thoughts are creating more of that anger emotion. And then you're going to start feeling more angry. And then the thoughts come, and then the emotions keep coming, and then you're stuck almost in this little hamster wheel of an emotion. So if we can shorten that and get out of those emotions quicker, then it's going to make us obviously feel a lot better. Kids are awesome at this. So kids naturally have it inbuilt in them. You've all sort of witnessed children, having a tantrum, and then you go and dangle a toy in front of their face, and they've completely forgotten what they were even crying about. So adults, obviously it's a bit harder. We've got these minds that do keep turning and are quite active, but by meditating and also using practices of mindfulness. So one amazing practice of just being aware of the sensations that are going on in our bodies. So say that anger that you're experiencing, instead of continuously thinking about the event that caused the anger, what we can just do is stop, close your eyes, and then take a moment to just feel what is going on in your body. So how does that anger make you feel? And maybe it's like tightness in the chest, or you can feel your shoulders and your hands tense up. So becoming aware of those sensations actually helps to dissipate the feeling a lot quicker. So often when you're starting a mindfulness or meditation practice, or when I'm teaching this information, people say, I can't meditate, I'm not made for it. That's one of the big things that comes up. Another one is, I have too many thoughts in my mind. It's just impossible for me to meditate. It doesn't feel natural, etc., etc. So really common and really normal. And you're actually right. So you do have many thoughts going on in your mind. The average amount of thoughts that we think daily is approximately 60 to 80,000 thoughts. So that's just, tons and tons of thoughts. And the funny thing is that 90% of these thoughts are actually the same thoughts that we thought the day before. So by practicing mindfulness and meditation, it's not about blocking out those thoughts and never thinking and sitting there with this, clean mind that's, doing nothing. It's absolutely not about that. We can have many, many thoughts going on, but what it is, it's about being the observer of those thoughts. So by watching what's going on in our minds, that's the first step to change and to, noticing if we are holding on to any unwanted thoughts and emotions. A really common one for parents and for parents and mothers especially is guilt. And, you feel it all the time. I'm a mother of two, and I often will be like, oh, I should be doing this or I should be doing that. It's guilt. But once you become aware that you are in a little bit of a guilty cycle, for example, that's the first step to change. And by changing that, it's going to be bringing you back to your center, because guilt is one of those emotions that takes you far from really who you truly are. And when we are in our true peaceful state, we feel relaxed, we can enjoy life, we can enjoy our time with our kids, enjoy our time with our family. But when we're experiencing those other emotions like guilt or worry, it takes us far away from that. So it's much harder to enjoy and feel at peace.